What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to the latest Liverpool transfer news. And in this video we will talk about Maxi Gomez, who is a very talented young striker playing in Spain. He is originally from Uruguay and various English newspapers are reporting that Luis Suarez himself has recommended Maxi Gomez to Liverpool, and Luis Suarez still has friends at Liverpool and he recommended Liverpool to sign Maxi Gomez because he is doing very well in Spain. He's only 22 years old, but listen to this. In his first season in La Liga, last season, he scored 17 goals, and this season he already has 9 goals for Celta Vigo. And I know that Celta Vigo is not like a high-profile club, but he would be available for a very reasonable 25, maybe even maximum 30 million pounds. And he's a very talented young striker who is putting up great numbers for a club like Celta Vigo. Are 17th in La Liga at the moment, so they are pretty much struggling and trying to avoid relegation. So to still score 9 goals in just a little over half a season for Celta Vigo, I think is remarkable. He scored 9 goals in just 23 games, sorry, for Celta Vigo, and last season he scored 17 goals in 39 games in total for Celta Vigo. That is 1 goal every 2 games on average. This season he has 1 goal every 2.5 games on average. So he is on course to score another 15 goals this season, and for a young striker who is just 22 years old and he's starting his professional career out in the Spanish football, I think those are pretty decent numbers. And I think we badly need a backup player for Firmino. I mean, we cannot rely on Salah, Firmino and Mane throughout the whole season. Many people are saying that they look a little bit burnt out, and that's why sometimes they are making bad decisions in front of goal. And frankly, we need to sign players who can put pressure on them. I'm not sure Maxi Gomez is of the required quality to put the pressure on, for example, Firmino right now, because Firmino at the moment is a much better player. But Maxi Gomez could turn out to be a very talented, very decent striker who could develop and become one of the best strikers, hopefully. And you know that South America and especially Uruguay have produced some great strikers over the years, and now they have Edinson Cavani and Luis Suarez, and this guy is probably going to replace Edinson Cavani in the long term for the Uruguay national team. He already played 9 games for Uruguay, and sometimes he started alongside Luis Suarez, and that's why Luis Suarez is recommending this guy to Liverpool. And actually West Ham United tried to sign him in the January transfer window, but because they thought that Arnautovic will leave and join a Chinese club, but in the end Marco Arnautovic decided to stay in London, to stay in the West Ham United, and that's why their move for Gomez was never completed. But it shows that other Premier League clubs are already interested in Maxi Gomez. So he is a very talented striker, and you should watch some highlights of the Celta Vigo games this season to see for yourself what kind of player he is. He is a traditional number 9, but he's a very young player, so I think Jurgen Klopp could mold him to pretty much play anywhere across the front three, and I'm really hoping that Liverpool pick him up, because as I said, this would be a low-risk transfer. I don't think Celta Vigo are in a position to resist an offer of 25 or 30 million pounds for Maxi Gomez. And at the moment, Maxi Gomez could come in to Liverpool and he wouldn't demand to start straight away, but he could work himself work his way up to be Liverpool's main striker in the next 5 years. And also Jurgen Klopp, I think he is Jurgen Klopp has an eye for a talent, and Jurgen Klopp could develop Maxi Gomez into a very good striker. Remember that Robert Lewandowski was turned into one of the best players in the world football, one of the best strikers in world football, and that was mainly down to Jurgen Klopp and also to Lewandowski himself as well. I'm not saying that Maxi Gomez, of course, I'm not saying he will be as good as Lewandowski, but he has the potential to become a really good striker. He started off his career in the Uruguayan Primera Division, and he played for the Fanzone Sporting. He scored actually quite a lot of goals. He scored 29 goals in 52 games, which is even better than 1 goal every 2 games on average. So he averaged about 10 goals per season there, and now he averages about 15 goals per season at Celta Vigo, which is very, very good, very promising. Let me tell you how Jurgen Klopp and Jordan Henderson and Andrew Robertson reacted to the Everton draw, and also what they say about the title race, because I think it tells a lot about the character, about their mentality, what they are saying in the title race, and how the title race will unfold, because we are in the final stretch. It's now March, we have only 9 games to go in the title race. So this is what it all comes down to. And Jurgen Klopp said, we are positive. How couldn't we be positive? There is a lot to come and a lot of games to play. What brought us here was the stability the boys showed. We are difficult to beat, which is very important in football, and we created still in difficult games, which is also very important. Then you have to finish them off, which we did very often, but not away at Everton. The dynamic at the top of the Premier League changed a little bit. Now we are second, Manchester City are first. The season is not over, and we will not give up. And I think being second behind Manchester City actually suits Liverpool a little bit more, because now all the pressure will be on Manchester City, and Liverpool can play with a little bit more freedom, because sometimes I felt, especially away at Man United and Everton, that Liverpool were under so much pressure. Some players didn't make the right decisions, some players showed that maybe too much pressure was getting to them, and now Liverpool are not first, Liverpool are second, and some Liverpool fans even conceded defeat in the title race, which is absolutely ridiculous. I don't think that this title race is over by far, and Liverpool have a really good chance. But what Liverpool need to do is get back to our best form and get back very quickly to winning games in a row, and that will build confidence. And Man City, I'm convinced that they will not win every single game between now and the end of the season. Man City have a brutal fixture list, and already the injuries are piling up for Manchester City. They have Fernandinho out, De Bruyne out, John Stones went off injured, I think in the beginning of the second half. And Andrew Robertson himself is saying as well, we will fight for the title until the end. That's what Robertson said. So here are Robertson's quotes. Of course we are only a point behind City. There's still only a game twist if they drop points, so we are there to capitalize on that, and that's what we have got to do. They have been good at closing the gap on us and have taken over from us. They have been good at piling on the pressure. Now we do that to them, and hopefully they feel it, because we will push them the whole way. We will push right to the final whistle and final kick against Wolves in the last game of the season. If we fall short, we fall short. If we don't, then great. But we will fight for everything now, and we will push them the whole way. If they drop points, then we need to be in a position to capitalize on that, like they have done to us. And I kind of agree with Robertson. It's just a shame that when Liverpool were ahead by 5 points, by 3 points, and Man City dropped points, Liverpool couldn't really capitalize. I mean, the golden opportunity was the Leicester game, because Man City lost to Newcastle and Liverpool could have gone 5 points clear with a win at home to Leicester City, and Liverpool couldn't win that. And I think in isolation, the Man United Everton draws would have been fine had we beaten Leicester and West Ham, but because we failed to beat those two teams, we really needed to win at least one of the Man United or Everton games. But if Liverpool go on and win their last 9 games, and Liverpool come away with a 95 or 96 point season, then we can't really complain if we don't win the title, because fair play to Manchester City, there is still 27 points left to play. And if Liverpool pick up those 27 points, Liverpool will end up on 97 points, and I'm convinced that Liverpool will win the title back by getting to at least 95 points. But goal difference could be a factor as well, and Man City at the moment have a 7 goal better goal difference. I don't think we will be able to crawl that back. But who knows, if we can smash Burnley 4 or 5-0 like we did to Watford, which I don't think will happen, but it's a possibility, then maybe the goal difference could be clawed back. But I don't think it will come down to goal difference. One team will have more points, in my opinion, than the other one, and I really hope that's Liverpool. But we need to get back to our top form if we want to have any chance of winning this title. Robertson said the problem against Everton was that the last pass or the shots were a little bit off, but we work on it, get ready for Burnley and hopefully get the 3 points and take it from there. We have still got a long way to go, and the dynamic changes now because we become the chasers. So now we just need to keep the pressure on Manchester City the whole way, and maybe it suits Liverpool better to be chasers than to being chased, because when Liverpool were top, all the pressure was on them and we didn't handle it in the best way, in my opinion. There were some games where the pressure really got to Liverpool or the Liverpool players, in my opinion. But now all the pressure will be on Manchester City, so let's see how they cope with it. Robertson makes some very good point when he's saying, and I quote, "Last week we didn't create against Man United, and in a way we were comfortable without really creating anything. It was a strange game, but today we had 3 or 4 clear-cut chances that on another day they go into the net, and we are talking about a completely different scoreline. Their goalkeeper made a good save and the other ones were just not being clinical enough. So today was a completely different game to last week. We were a little bit better in front of goal in creating the chances, but we just couldn't quite take them." And that's a good assessment by Robertson. Liverpool have their hardest games out of the way. I think Man United and Everton away were their hardest 2 remaining games, because Chelsea and Tottenham will be at Anfield. Those will be hard games, but I don't think they will be as hard as the game against Man United or the game against Everton, because at Anfield Liverpool are an incredible team. We have won all games at Anfield, bar, you know, facing Manchester City and Leicester. So every other time, even when big teams came to Anfield, they got beat, like Arsenal got beat 5-1, Man United got beat 3-1. So I'm really hoping that Liverpool can put really convincing performances in at Anfield, and then we can go on a winning run, because away from home we have 4 games left and they are winnable. Probably the most difficult is Newcastle away, but I can see Liverpool winning that even, and the other ones are teams like Fulham and teams like that, so and Cardiff as well. So I think we can win those games away from home, because our away from hasn't been as good lately. We have drawn too many games away from home, 3 games now in a row. So I think Liverpool at home is a much stronger team, obviously. And Henderson responded to claims that Liverpool are crumbling under the pressure. He says it's no good talking about it. We have to respond on the pitch. We have a lot of games left to do that, so it is down to us. There is still a long way to go, so we will keep fighting. Football is a lot to do with mentality. Obviously, talent is important, but we have got that in abundance, and what we need to show most in the next 9 games and in the Champions League is our mentality. We can achieve what we want to achieve. It is down to us on the pitch to show that. What was missing against Everton? Just scoring. We created enough to win the game, and if we had scored 1 or 2 goals, it would have been perfect. Everyone would have said it's a good away performance in a derby, but when you don't score, people start analyzing differently, and obviously that's the case. But and Henderson is right. If Salah takes one of his 2 clear-cut opportunities, then it's a completely different game. Everton have to come out and Liverpool would have played on the counter-attack, and maybe we would have won 2 or 3-0, but we will never find that out, really. John Barnes said some very interesting things, saying Liverpool players have to keep their nerve, and Jurgen Klopp will make sure they do that for the fans to keep their nerve, because if the fans are edgy, that could get onto the field and go on the field and make the players nervous. It's about this squad sticking together and forgetting the outside noise as such. Everyone connected with football knows Liverpool fans are desperate for the league title. We can't hide away from that. But you can't say they are like any other fans, because they are not. It's been too long without, and they are desperate for it. But we need to forget about that and concentrate by doing it on the pitch. And I agree with John Barnes. I think Jurgen Klopp needs to calm down the players and say that forget about you know, the pressure, the outside pressure. Let's just concentrate on the next game and try to win that. And now Manchester City are first, so they are probably the favorites to win the title now. Liverpool should play with more freedom, with less pressure, and should just enjoy every single game. And let's see what happens, because there is no use getting too worked up or too nervous about what happened. We dropped points, yes, in the past few games. Liverpool haven't been in the best form, but games at home against Bournemouth and Watford showed what Liverpool are capable of. We won those two games 8-0 in total, and if Liverpool can replicate that form between now and the end of the season, we have every chance of winning the Premier League title. But let me know what you think in the comments below, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, see you later, goodbye.